Bentornati su Profumi di Nicchia e benvenuti all'ultima di 4 puntate dedicate alla fiera Esxence di questo 2025. Chi ci ha visto lavorare ha visto quanta fatica, quanto impegno, quanta passione c'è stato per farvi arrivare questi contenuti. Ci sono stati un sacco di problemi a livello tecnico, a livello di montaggio, ma soprattutto di calore, di temperatura, di ospiti che non arrivavano, di sole in faccia. Quindi è già un miracolo che siamo riusciti a portarvi in una settimana 4 video. Spero di farvi piacere mostrandovi ancora una volta gli ospiti internazionali che abbiamo intercettato alla fiera per voi e ovviamente so che vi farà molto piacere vedere l'ultimo ospite che non ci parlerà delle sue fragranze ma ci darà ancora una volta una visione sulla profumeria che solo un grande maestro può dare.
Hello David.
Hello, how are you?
Very tired but very happy for these days and also very happy to see the color on the obvious fragrances that give me immediately the idea of craziness.
Trying to do and also happiness. I think we are in a very weird time globally, so at least the fragrance they can bring some emotion and happiness to the people. That's what we are trying to do.
Yeah. Your idea of spiciness, the chili, that eat in your mouth when you eat something very spicy. What are you trying to tell us with this new launch? Milk and matcha.
Milk and matcha. So we took the inspiration of the matcha latte.
Okay.
I mean, obvious as we are inspired by Asia and the Asian way of life. And the matcha latte start to be quite trendy in Europe as well. And we wanted to, what I like is to have a balance in my fragrances. So matcha is quite bitter.
Yeah.
And then the latte that we use the vanilla and orange blossom to counterbalance the bitterness of the matcha with something quite sensual. And that's what I think is interesting, is really to try to find a right balance in between the different notes in the perfume. So it's a new way to approach fragrances.
So I'm very skeptical about milk. It's the notes I eat the most. I have to be honest. It reminds me very bad memories, but I'm curious because I trust you. I know that you are very expert in balancing and create something new, mixing two things. With you, 2 + 2 never equals 4.
That's really an interpretation, olfactive interpretation. Obviously it doesn't smell milk, but more the balance between bitterness of the matcha and sensuality, let's say.
Okay. When it will be available, this in Italy?
In Italy I don't know, but in France we are starting right now, and we have a collaboration with a very nice food place called Wild on the Moon, which is very trendy, and they have developed a specific milk and matcha for us, and we will show the fragrance at this occasion during the Fashion Week in Paris.
Okay, so a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
Next week is here in Milano, and then they move to Paris.
Yeah.
I don't really smell the milk. It's more bitter, but at the same time it's very creamy.
Yeah, very creamy. The sensuality of the vanilla and the orange blossom. It brings something different, I think, on this perfume, and this accord is quite interesting.
And which is the perfumer you work with to create this one?
Here it's Maeve McCurtain, which is a perfumer from IFF, and she's an avid drinker of matcha latte, and that's why she worked on this reference, and we like it very much.
I know, because you told me before that there will be 3 new launches for Abuse. You said it's in October. You wanna say something? Just maybe about the concept?
Yeah, I
think create a little vibe.
Yeah, I think it's quite innovative. I wish we are coming with a concept which is inspired by the Japanese culture, which is the kakigori. So the kakigori are those ice cream. Actually, it's not ice cream; it's ice crush on which you put a syrup.
Okay.
And we decided with the perfumer of IFF to create kakigori in perfumes. So they have developed fragrances which goes together. You can wear them separately, but they are developed to work together. So we have created one ice crush fragrance, and then 2 syrups, one dulce de leche and one plum cream, which are going to fit with the ice crush. So it's quite very innovative, and that's how we want to play. We want to be playful, joyful, and create emotions.
That is also some of the pillars of Obvious.
Yeah, definitely. That's the idea. Not a luxury which is ostentatious, not provocative, but playful, nice, with always a great raw material and beautiful perfume at an affordable luxury, let's say.
Last thing for the audience, we made an interview with David a few months ago, and if you want to see him again, it will be posted on half March, maybe 15, 16, so don't miss it.
We had a great conversation, it was very nice.
Yeah, it was very, very, very interesting, and talked from so many different aspects.
Many aspects of the perfume world.
Yeah, many aspects, don't miss it.
Thank
you
very
very
much,
David.
Thank you, my
Enjoy
friend.
these days, and good luck with all this.
Auguri.
Hi Philippe.
Hi, piacere.
Piacere mio. We're here with Philippe Solas, owner and founder of Anui Nomad. One of the first brands, you probably won't remember this, but in 2015 in Pitti was my first exhibition.
Long
and
time
I was
ago.
there, and your brand has a different name because was still Anui Bali.
Absolutely.
And I remember I took with Alexandra, and I said, okay, I appreciate your DNA. The only thing, I think that Bali is too narrow as a landscape to describe a fragrance. And almost 10 years later, we're here from New York, North America, to Oman, to Bali,
South Africa.
and South Africa too, as well. You create a new collection that has been certified by Demi as like the best release in 2024.
That's true.
And we're talking about the Strada della Mañana.
Exactly. It's a long journey. First of all, because when I met Alexandra, it was my previous life. We were working in the music industry. I was in charge of artists. Alexandra was A&R, so my passion was the music itself as a collectionist. And after, just to be part of the adventure of big artists, international and local. And we decided just to go on another kind of passion because the music industry was decreasing. Bali, first stopover, we have the idea just to create the body care line inspired by the luxury spa in Indonesia. The second passion we had was fragrance, the world of scents and all that kind. So we enlarged to a nomadic philosophy because, as you said, Bali was after a while to shrink in terms of storytelling, and we said, okay, we're gonna be storytellers because we are not travel guides, and we're gonna take a story from a point in a destination to tell that story in sense. The first one was Bali, very focused on the ingredient because it was the first stopover, and we had the Montauk's collection from the story from Andy Warhol and the Rolling Stones, so a link to the music, and to Oman with the Middle East and with the encounter of Jérôme Di Marino, the nose behind the collection, who is very important in our success story, if we can say that, and after Cape Town, South Africa, the fourth destination. And when we decided just to work on a different kind of collection based on extrait, so more concentrated, more strongest fragrance, we said we want just a storytelling differently, and this is about legends, more focused on the night, of the sensation of the night, of the strangeness, of the mysterious part of the night. Still with Jérôme, because he was the proper guy and the proper nurse just to enlarge that. And there is Estrella de la Mañana, as you said. And there's a special story behind Estrella de la Mañana because we had the fragrance 3 years ago also in our hands.
Okay.
But we didn't want to launch it because we saw that it's gonna be too complex, maybe too niche, maybe too different. And we said, okay, it's a risky part that we can take or not. So we think, doubt. And after a while we say, we have just to believe in ourselves, it's like animal, it's primal reaction. We love it at the beginning, so we have just to believe in it. We launch it. We met Demi at Cannes a few months ago. She discovered Nuit Nomade, the whole expression. And after she took this video where she said in 2024 there's a masterpiece, it's Estrella de la Mañana. And Estrella de la Mañana is one of our best sellers so far.
Yeah.
It's because it's totally different. It's nothing and smell or in particular of what has been launched on the couple of months. And I think that now most of the people are very interested into the niche world, but they smell so many things that they want now something that surprises them. And I think it's a kind of surprise.
In your mind, when was the turning point that made Anui Nomade the brand that is today?
I think that when you have a concept kind of nomadic night that is based on the traveling style, the poetry through journeys and all that kind, when you have just two destinations, it's a little bit short just to express exactly what you have in mind. And the Romance collection and the encounter with Jérôme Di Marino with this collection has been kind of a new paradigm into our world, because Jardin de Misfa, Sunbleach and Ambre Canjar, the three in a row, the three first one, have created something really different and has become some fragrances with kind of very positive sell-out. It becomes what it is. So now we are very happy because since more than 2 years and a half, it's getting bigger and bigger, and that's so cool. That's really so cool.
And you deserve it. You said that you're in love with music and you have a collection based on South Africa. My suggestion, a fragrance on Sixto Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Cool story.
The problem is, there's two problems.
The rights?
No, it's not the rights. The first fragrance that we have launched, Click Song,
Of course.
is based on the story of Miriam Makeba, a singer from South Africa.
I know.
But you could be right, because I'm totally fan.
Of Sixto.
Totally fan.
Yes.
I know all the albums, Crucify, Sugar Man. It might be, I don't know. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. He's such an important artist.
Yeah.
And I'm so deeply impacted emotionally because this story is crazy.
Yeah.
I listen to Sixto Rodriguez kind every week. It's on my playlist. I love it. But you're right. If we didn't have in mind the story about Miriam Makeba, I think that we have done something about Sixto Rodriguez, because it's such important. But he's not South African artist, he's American.
No.
It's
But
because the song has been played on the radio
in South Africa.
and the censorship and all that kind of.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay,
Have a good day.
bye bye.
È da più di un anno che vi faccio una testa così, parlando dei profumi di Parfum d'Empire, di come le fragranze create da questo signore siano dei piccoli grandi capolavori con tanta storia, tanta ricercatezza, tanta qualità, e sono molto orgoglioso e molto felice di poter avere qui con me oggi MarcAntoine Corticchiato. Merci beaucoup. Parlerò in italiano, lui parlerà in francese, tutoriamo, non vi preoccupate. La prima cosa, grazie per aver creato l'unico profumo marino che io riesco a mettere, che è acqua di scandola, clamoroso. Clamoroso. La seconda cosa che vorrei chiederle, che è una domanda che mi arriva dal negozio, dal team dei miei ragazzi, è lo studio delle fragranze da Mastoncan all'Ambre Rousse ha una ricerca filologica dietro, c'è uno studio di testi passati, storici, c'è una ricerca diversa, perché la storicità di un Mastoncan è un'idea di profumeria che oggi è quasi persa, e per chi ama questo mondo è estremamente affascinante.
Chaque parfum, c'est une histoire personnelle. Et l'inspiration, elle est différente pour chaque parfum. Parfois, c'est l'amour d'une matière première, l'amour d'un lieu, scandale, des parfums paysages, des parfums émotions. Ça part toujours de quelque chose de très personnel que j'aime beaucoup. Avant de commencer un parfum, je fais une très grosse recherche des matières premières.
Okay.
Par exemple, pour vétiver bourbon, je recherche les différents vétivers. Voilà. Donc il y a un très gros travail en amont pour les différentes matières premières. Je crois que ce qui me différencie peut-être de la plupart des parfumeurs, la plupart du temps dans le parfum, on demande aux parfumeurs, dans le brief du futur parfum, il y a une cible humaine. C'est une femme de tel âge à tel âge qui aime les baskets comme ça, qui aime les séries télévisées sur Netflix comme ça. Il y a un portrait de la cible. Je trouve ça terrible, atroce. Moi, je n'ai pas de cible humaine. Un homme, une femme, jeune, pas jeune, J'ai une histoire que je veux raconter, que j'ai au fond du cœur. C'est ça, je crois. Et pas une seule seconde, je dis, ça sera pour un homme, une femme de tel âge. Non, non. J'espère que ça va plaire à un peu de monde quand même, hein. Mais, et puis la deuxième peut-être particularité, c'est que je suis indépendant. J'ai une marque indépendant, donc je n'appartiens pas à un groupe, je suis le propriétaire à 100%. Donc ça me donne une liberté totale. Euh, et peut-être que ce qui est le plus luxueux dans mon travail, en dehors des belles matières premières naturelles que j'utilise, le plus luxueux, c'est le temps. Je passe beaucoup de temps à travailler mes parfums, beaucoup d'essais, beaucoup. Et c'est peut-être ça la différence. Et un jour, on a demandé, parce qu'on nous demandait souvent, les clients de Parfums d'Empire, qui est-ce? On ne savait pas. Je ne sais pas. Et donc, on a fait faire une étude par une société spécialisée, et qui a été très surpris. On a autant d'hommes que de femmes. Souvent, c'est plus de femmes. Là, on a autant d'hommes que de femmes. Et au niveau de l'âge, très large. Des très, très jeunes, moins de 20 ans, à beaucoup plus âgés. Et ça m'a fait plaisir. Okay. Ça m'a fait plaisir d'avoir ce spectre de public très différent. Et je me dis que c'est peut-être parce qu'ils sont touchés par ces histoires-là qui sont des histoires vraiment très personnelles.
Aggiungo che queste storie portano delle emozioni che sono molto forti. Per me Scandalo è un'emozione, Asiade è un'emozione, che non ti dico qual è perché che per me è il Natale, perché mi ricorda un po' la Coca-Cola, non so perché, però sono profumi che hanno un racconto, hanno un'evoluzione, hanno una storia da raccontare che evoca un'emozione. E secondo me è il motivo per cui amo questo mondo. Se c'è la storia, c'è l'emozione, allora c'è il profumo. Io mi emoziono, io sono contento e io sono il primo che è felice di potervi raccontare la storia di questi profumi.
Je dis toujours, quand on me dit qu'est-ce que c'est un bon parfum, je dis il n'y a pas de bon et de mauvais parfum. Il y a celui qui te donne de l'émotion, qui te fait battre le cœur, c'est gagné. Si ce n'est pas le cas, au suivant. Mais quand même, je dis toujours que pour moi, un parfum qui est intéressant doit toujours sentir l'argent et le sexe. L'argent, parce que du premier coup de nez, on doit se dire, il y a de la belle matière première qui a coûté cher, il y a du naturel, il y a du beau. Et puis le sexe, parce que le parfum doit toujours être sensuel.
Io adesso non l'ho mai sentito, appunto io adesso voglio conoscere la storia dietro Un bel amour de te. Lo sentirò per la prima volta, devo dire ho molta curiosità e anche tante aspettative, che so che non saranno deluse. Vorrei che riuscissi a raccontarmelo come nei video che fai, che sono fantastici, di grande ispirazione.
J'avais travaillé au laboratoire chez moi un accord gardénia.
Okay.
J'aime beaucoup le gardénia. Et un jour, en travaillant donc cet accord gardénia, juste pour moi, d'un coup, ça m'a rappelé un très bel amour d'été que j'ai eu quand j'étais très jeune. Et je me suis dit que je pensais l'avoir oublié, cet amour d'été, et il était revenu avec cet accord gardénia. Donc j'ai voulu retrouver ces belles amours d'été quand on est jeune, quand on pense que ça va durer toute la vie, tout le temps, quand on est à la plage, que ce sont les premières amours, parfois les amours interdites, hein, sur fond de sable très chaud, de mer bleue, de ciel bleu, avec la peau enduite d'huile solaire. Et ça, je trouve qu'il y a une sensualité et aussi le luxe extraordinaire de la jeunesse, de penser que ça va toujours durer et que ce premier amour, c'est l'amour de sa vie. Et on se rend compte plus tard que ça sera un bel amour d'été, mais toute sa vie, on va se souvenir de ce bel amour d'été. Et j'ai voulu retranscrire ça avec notamment notre gardénia, mais notre ylang-ylang, absolu d'ylang-ylang, pas l'essence, absolu. Un magnolia de Chine de très belle qualité aussi. Et je voulais quelque chose de sensuel, bien sûr, d'une peau grâce. En marketing, en parfum, on dit faut pas dire grâce.
Non.
Moi, j'aime le gras.
C'est très correct.
C'est parce que c'est très sensuel, c'est très charnel et c'est très beau. Voilà, donc encore une histoire vraie de cet amour interdit, hein, dont je pensais que ça allait durer toute la vie.
Merci beaucoup, Antoine.
Merci a toi.
È stato un grande piacere e spero di avere occasione di ospitarti sul nostro canale. Troveremo un modo per parlare e ce la faremo.
Merci a toi.
Grazie
merci
mille. Welcome, Pierre.
Thank you for having me.
We are here with Pierre Gueròs, one of the most relevant perfumers we have here in the exhibition. He's talking with us about a new brand, a brand that has a few years, that has many interesting aspects, but I think that nobody better than you can explain the reason why you decide to marry the Scientologia product.
I'm very proud to work with Scientologia for many reasons. It has a very strong identity, which is a combination of artistic creativity, emotional perfumery, something that is very deep-rooted into what the perfume is about. And at the same time, they are very sensitive to new technologies, new molecules, new ingredients, new way of doing perfumes. And basically to marry both of them, it's really what perfumery is about. Modernity and heritage.
Art and science.
Exactly.
You work on synergy, so let's talk about this fragrance. How did you work? Which were difficulties and which was like the pleasure of working on synergy?
So the name Synergy already says a lot about the fragrance. It's about blending ingredients that all together will create a fragrance that is at the same time very appealing and addictive through the very fleshy and ripe fruity note that smells like peach and apricot and mango. Some woody notes that are giving the volume, the long-lastingness, the projection of the perfume. Last ingredient, which is very important in the fragrance. The first time I used this ingredient in a perfume, it's a new molecule from the company I'm working for, and it's a new ambery note.
Okay.
And this ambery note is very powerful, and at the same time, it's very long-lasting. And that's really like the fragrance, the smell that you have from the top to the bottom.
The name of the molecule that we are curious.
It's called Ambrostar.
Ah, okay.
It combines with the fruits and the woods to make kind of vertical smell.
Okay.
That is going to be very powerful and very engaging from the top to the bottom of the fragrance.
So it's also give this long lastingness, this power, this sillage, but also is the link, the bridge between fruitiness and the woodiness.
Exactly. So that's more of a technical aspect, but it's true that when we use new ingredients, when we use, for example, I use also new naturals that we have on the palette in this fragrance, like a beautiful new jasmine that we have.
Okay.
It combines very well and it gives what the people expect from a perfume. They expect that the perfume has some emotional qualities, but also some technical qualities.
Yeah.
They need to be like strong and long-lasting and at the same time beautiful. And I think it's quite of a good combination that leads to synergy.
Yeah, synergy is a fragrance that I have in the store since 7 months, more or less. And anytime we propose it to the customer, the beginning is kind of, but I didn't ask you for a direct fruit, I asked you for a deep wood. Wait.
It's coming.
Then the fragrance will surround you, will be like an armor. I know that Scientologia is launching a new fragrance. I think it's a gourmand, Lactonics. I know that you haven't worked directly on this fragrance, but it has been done by some of your friends. So can you tell us something about this new launch?
Yes, of course. Lactonic has been created by some of my dearest colleagues and some of the best perfumers. The very renowned Maurice Roussel, with a younger but very talented perfumer, Margherita Carini, to create, once again, this addiction. We can smell the fragrance.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
It has more to do with the milky, fluffy, caramelly, that is at the same time sweet and a little bit salty.
Okay, it's not that milk, come on. Okay.
No. It's more like a rich vanilla scent.
Yeah.
You have a lot of vanilla, which in a more mature way, like you feel really the vanilla bean. And also you have a very addictive part, which is based on this caramel and milky impression. Like Synergy, you have this kind of mix between what could be like very like homey and warm and sexy in a way.
Yeah.
And some other notes in the top that are more fresh, that are giving a lot of projection to the perfume.
Now that I'm smelling, it reminds me, I don't know if the image is correct, it sounds like a frappe.
Because you have the cold part and the warm part.
The fruity part, but a luxurious one. I think that is interesting. And when this fragrance will be launched?
I think it will be next month.
Okay, so April, more or less. So let's wait to have it in the store and give it to our audience.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pierre. It's been a pleasure. And
Great
congrats for your
meeting you.
job.
Thank you.
I remember 2 years ago, I started my trip to the exhibition with you, and I was crying like a, I don't know, like a kid. Now I'm trying to do it again to finish my interview, and I try not to cry. Jean-Claude, it's always a pleasure to sit next to you.
Thank you.
Every time I smell your works, I'm happy. Every time I read your name, I know that I'm finding something amazing that can punch me in the stomach in a positive way. So
thanks a lot.
Another time, congrats for everything. I was talking with Arturetto Landi, and we were discussing about his retirement.
Okay.
And he said a thing that really touched me. He said, when you do something that you like and make people happy, why you should retire? And
this is a good answer.
I do the same question to you.
Well, Arthur Landi has a good answer. Well, the thing is, I was thinking that I can stop perfumery when I have 70 years old. But in fact, 6 months after, I see my daughter, and I say to my daughter, can I use your lab to make perfume? And she said, okay, Dad, you can do it. So I start again, and I have pleasure to mix and to find new approach, new smell, new odors, new mix, new accordia. Because I spend really all my life to find something in perfumery, to try to understand, and I'm still not, I think I've not understand everything in perfumery. And I believe I will die with nothing about perfume.
Once I was talking with Roberto, and he said Jean-Claude is a genius because he always uses some materials that nobody will think about them in the way he thought. And he was talking about scatolo for the jasmine. And I was also here with Gianluca Perris, and he say, when you see Jean-Claude, say hello from me. And how much scatolo there's in jasmine de Pais.
Well, the thing is about scatol. Well, scatol smells shit.
Yeah,
No.
it's true.
So normally, I mean, nobody want to use scatol because they smell shit. But shit can be very useful.
Yeah.
The thing is a question of what you call dosage.
Yeah.
How I use it. I learned the lesson from Edmond Runisca, because Edmond Runisca, when he made Diorissimo, you have a trace of scatol in Diorissimo, and I say, wow, this is a good thing. You learn a lot in perfumery from other, and of course you can invent and find yourself things, new things, but you have to be open to other people and to listen to other people. They do like that, they do like that, and you learn from your other people, and of course you invent by your thing. So the mixing is good to make perfume.
Lucien said me the same thing. Like,
of course,
the most important thing of perfume is sharing.
Yeah.
Is sharing our idea, sharing our vision.
Yeah.
And he said that with Jean-Claude, we always share our thoughts. We don't agree about everything,
but we share.
But you share,
Yeah.
and when you don't agree, you find a common solution.
That's right.
And I think this is a very beautiful way to live, not just also to work.
Because it's a question of respect. I respect Lucien Ferrero, and he respects me, so we can talk about everything. Because I like him, he likes me, so okay, everything is possible.
Do you have any suggestion? Do you have any desire? You said, at this point of my life, I would probably die without knowing anything about perfumery. There's something that you would like to see in this industry in the next months, in the next few years?
So, well, the thing is, I'm worried about what you call intelligence artificielle, the IA, because I believe it's not the answer for the perfumery, because the IA is not creative at all, and no way to be creative, because they take the information from the computer, and you need creator to be able to have new things, because this machine they call intelligence artificielle. This is a wrong name because she is not intelligent, and she's artificial, yes, but not intelligent. And the only intelligence is human intelligence. And because this machine, don't know what is love.
Don't know emotion.
They don't know what what is love. And there are no responsibility, there are no moral. So, hey, wait a minute. You are not a human, so stop.
You can understand human.
You can understand.
Okay, if you have something else that you want to say?
No, well, I'm very happy to answer to you. So,
yeah, trust me, everyone means me.
okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, really.
Questa 2 giorni di diciamo follia profumata è quasi terminata, qua stiamo smontando. Io vi ringrazio tantissimo per aver guardato i nostri contenuti, spero in futuro di potervene regalare altri come questi, tutti dentro. Ricordatevi sempre che io non lavoro mai da solo, ci sono tante persone che mi aiutano. Soprattutto lui. Lui è quello che ci dà il budget per poter fare i video. Purtroppo il videomaker è alla camera, l'altro sta montando e uno tiene la luce, però davvero da solo non andrà da nessuna parte. Grazie.